In the context of the modern economy, the stock market is regarded as the center of medium and long-term securities trading operations. These transactions take place in a primary market when a buyer initially buys securities from the issuer, and in the secondary market when securities that have previously been issued in the main market are sold again.
And to be more specific, Vietnamese securities have done numerous noteworthy advancements in recent years, elevating the economy and establishing a viable stock market for the general public.
According to predictions, Vietnam securities will eventually become more and more appealing, an excellent investment channel, and full of prospect for investors to make profit, aiding in the rapid development of the country's economy. Now let's go into detail about the stock market of Vietnam. Before answering the question, should we invest in stock? We will have a look at the reality of stock market nowadays.
Beginning in the first week of October, the stock market extended September's ongoing downturn. The Vietnam Index fell 4% to 1,086.4. The index is at its lowest point since December 10, 2020. This demonstrates the sharp decline in stock values due to a surge of margin calls in several equities. The decline widened even more in the sessions that followed. Last week, the state banks adjusted low growth limits for 4 banks, including VP Bank, MP Bank, HE Bank, and Vietcombank. Watching more speculations concerning the event advanced in fact increased investor skepticism and led to a sell-off in the final session of the week.
In recent weeks, experts have emphasized the risk of large-scale blast volume forecast withdrawals to ensure liquidity for transactions outside the stock market. The stock continued decline will boost this blast volume to the risk threshold, and in turn, the stock will be under enormous pressure. The panic was pushed high, with many shares matching the floor price, and VN Index also reduced to lower than the support threshold 1,000 points. From now to the end of the year, the macroeconomic situation in the country, as well as in the world, is still complicated and in a negative direction when the general trend of countries as well as Vietnam is to tighten monetary policy and raise interest rates. So now let's go back to the question. If we had $500 million, what financial instruments would we use to invest?
According to the above analysts, we will take a part of $500 million to invest in long-term stocks. However, it is not easy to choose a business or organization to invest in stock at the present. It is necessary to choose a corporation with good business performance, well-managed business, and so on. Moreover, investors are now very concerned about the stock market, so they have sold off a lot.
Besides the traditional capital channel like banks or securities, the corporate bond market has risen to become the main capital channel of the economy. In the first quarter of 2022, the total value of corporate bonds reached 45,375 billion Vietnam dong, which decreased 84.9% over the previous quarter.
As far as we know nowadays, bond instruments are referred to as an investment channel that brings an interesting profit, stable with low risk, and inconsiderable when we have an amount of ideal cash. Compared with securities, bonds are much safer, and of course, the profits it brings back do not only increase in multiples. Their interest rate tends to rise at the end of 2022 to 2023. In fact, interest rate is the inverse ratio to the bond's price. It means that when interest rate increase, the bond's price decrease and vice versa. Indeed, this is the time when interest rate reaches a high level, which means the present price of bonds is low. Therefore, this is a signal for investors to buy bonds.
According to statistics forecast, the global inflation rate in 2023 may reduce, which leads to an increase in interest rate. And the inflation rate will continue to decrease by the year 2027. Then, bondholders may gain greater advantages. Thin Rating said that bond investment often has a period from 3 to 5 years. Therefore, investors should consider not only bonds with high interest rate, but also issuer quality factors and terms to ensure benefits are important factors that investors need to pay attention to. When the interest rate increases, it becomes more difficult to get loans from banks. Therefore, banks will call capital in another way, which is bonds. Of course, the bond's interest rate will be higher than the savings interest rate to attract capital from individual customers. From there, individuals will tend to buy bonds when interest rates rise.
Now, we turn back to the questions. If you have 500 million Vietnam dong, how could you invest? As analyzed before, we will take 30% of 500 million Vietnam dong to invest in securities, 42% to invest in as bond, and the rest 28% to deposit in a savings account. We choose Faxan Stock Company for our securities investment. And Faxan is a company that develops an environmentally friendly and bio product line, holding the leading technologies and inventions for this product line. After 20 years of development, Faxan Project has successfully built the leading sustainable and environmentally friendly business ecosystem in Southeast Asia.
The reason why we choose this company is that, firstly, it's about the demand for friendly products. This company has successfully researched a product called an eco-biodegradable plastic bag. On November 2, this product was honored as Vietnam National Brand Product by the program of the same name. This affects the global market is moving towards environmentally friendly products. Therefore, the company has the potential to develop cream products that can attract a large number of domestic and foreign customers.
The second is about the financial report. Financial report of the company shows that sales increased year over year. Specifically, from 2017 to 2021, revenue increased from Vietnam dong 4,076 billion to Vietnam dong 13,154 billion, increased by 232.7%. Although there is a slight decrease in both revenue and gross profit in 2020 due to the impact of COVID-19, in general, the indicators have increased over the years. In addition, the company has an increasing market capitalization, 2,324 billion Vietnam dong to 5,777 billion Vietnam dong from 2017 to 2022, along with issued shares increasing from 83.6 million to 326.43 shares.
Besides that, the stock chart of Faxan Company shows that the price of the stock purchased on November 10, 2022 was 6.61 thousand Vietnam dong. The indicator in color blue show that this was the floor price, which led to the company's stock at this time falling to a very low price. However, this is not a big concern, because based on the company's business performance, we believe the stock price of the company will rise again. Moreover, through the chart showing cash dividends over the years from 2017 to 2021, we can see that the dividend remains at 500 Vietnam dong. That is, when owning one share, the stockholder will earn a profit of 500 Vietnam dong per share after 1 year. To know more about the profit that would change from the company securities, you can read the text report below.